Hello everybody, welcome back to RJ Like Stuff. My name is RJ and I like stuff. Ben 10 Omniverse was definitely the most ambitious series with their designs, but more specifically, the redesigns. Some of them are good and some of them are not so good. That's what we'll be counting down in this video. My top 5 favorite and least favorite Ben 10 Omniverse redesigns. I just want to make this clear that this is just my opinion, it's my list. I just want to base this off of whatever I like. And I love Ben 10, I love all the aliens, I don't hate any of the aliens, I'm just talking about the way that they look. With that being said, make sure to like and subscribe if you want, and let's jump right into it. First off, I think I have to explain, well, to me, what is a good redesign. Firstly, just because a redesign doesn't change much from its original or previous design, it doesn't mean that it's bad. For example, Heat Blast. Heat Blast looks basically identical to its UAF design, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. A good design is one that had a glow up, so one that went from a mediocre, basic, or bad, or just good design, to a really good design, like Ghost Freak. A bad redesign is taking a good design and making it worse, like Chroma Stone. Anyways, with that being said, let's get on to my number 5 worst Omniverse redesign. Coming in at number 5 for my top 5 worst redesigns is one that I think everyone expected to be at number 1, and that's Big Chill. I know everyone thinks it's like the worst design, but in my eyes I think he's just number 5, because he doesn't really change that much and I just feel so bad for him. He's gotten clowned on so much for like the past 9 years or something like that, or however long Omniverse has been around, so I just can't put him at number 1. But that doesn't mean he's good. He's still got a bad design. He went from Big Chill to Thick Chill. Like, they really emphasized the big in Big Chill. It looks like he went to the gym but only worked out his upper body. Like this picture of Giga Chad. I think everyone prefers small chill, or skinny chill, or slender chill. Whatever you want to call it. It just looks very unnatural and strange to have such a tiny little waist with huge pecs. And Omniverse has a habit of doing this where they just overemphasize some of the body parts and they kind of just like make the other ones really small. A great example of this is Blitzwolfer. His legs are like twigs, but his head and his body is just massive. But I don't hate the design, so it's not on this list. But I think the real takeaway from this segment is fix your posture. Now, before I get into my number 5 best design, I want to give a quick honorable mention to Shock Squatch. Everyone knows that he got a huge upgrade from UA, but I'm not putting him on this list because he only showed in UA one time. So I don't really count that as like a redesign to me, because it wasn't even in like the main continuity of the episodes, it was in a separate crossover. So yeah, that's why he's an honorable mention. But coming in at my number 5 spot for the best design is Water Hazard. Oh god. Those little circle thingies on him look very cool. Like seriously, he got a massive upgrade. And it's not even that like Water Hazard looked bad beforehand. He went from like, I'll say like a 7 out of 10 to like a 8.5 or maybe even a 9 out of 10. And I love how like this little circle node thingies are in more of like a random place and they're all different sizes. If they were like more formulated and stuff, it would still look cool, but I don't think it would look as cool. I love the little eyes on the chest with those little pincer arms. It looks super cool. And I think they should have been even used like with his design. Like maybe you could walk around with them. They could like enlarge like Ultimate Spider Monkey right there. I love all the glowing bits. I love all the spikes on it. And I just love this design. And it makes me love Water Hazard even more than I even did. That didn't really make sense, but you get it. Now, my favorite alien growing up as a kid was always Humongous. I mean, who can blame me? He's a big, strong dinosaur. Who doesn't love dinosaurs? But his Omniverse design, I don't really like it as much. I don't like the fact that they gave him underwear. It's strange, like, he's a dinosaur, he should just be naked. The green strap is also kind of weird, like, why does he have it? I think they're sort of going for, like, I don't know, like a wrestler belt that they have, but it's just kind of strange because the Omnitrix is on the strap, so can you take the strap off, or is it like melded onto his body? Now, it's obviously not the worst design I've ever seen, since it doesn't really change that much from UAF, but nonetheless, it's still quite a bad design. However, I do prefer Omniverse's design on Ultimate Humongous than UAF's design. Now, I want you to look back on the time you first started 7th grade. You were at the top of the school before, and now you're at the bottom. You were getting bullied constantly. You just looked at yourself and you're like, this is a mistake. But then, year 8 came. You decided to put on some pimple cream, you decided to get some new drip, and you decided to get a haircut, and then you look like this. And now, I'm not saying that you particularly look like a little demon that puts together inventions, but I guess you could look like it. But anyways, Omniverse Durarig is so good. I love the clothes on him. It fits him so well with the whole, like, inventor aspect of him. And I just think that he's, like, one of the only aliens that could actually rock human clothes. Humongous is, not a good example of that. The outfit mixed with the goggles and the scarf, it makes him look like a mad scientist. It just creates insane inventions, while the UA design makes him look like Schmeagol. Durarig definitely got that good Omniverse RNG. Amphibian is probably my second favorite of the Amalgam aliens, behind probably NRG. I really like him because I just liked his episode. It was really, it was a really good episode. It was pretty dark at the end, but I like that. As you can tell, I have a pretty soft spot for UA. But anyways, his design was pretty cool in UA. Like, he was pretty sleek, but boy, what did they do to him in Omniverse? It's so... I don't even know a word to describe it. I just don't like it. The eyes is just squinting, like, stop looking at the sun, alright? You look like a TikTok F-boy. Like this guy. You look like him. Another reason why I don't like him is actually kind of a strange reason, but that's because he doesn't have his abdomen. I feel like this abdomen, it really balanced out his body. And, like, the UA design, it just makes it look cleaner. But it just looks, it's just gone in Omniverse. It's just weird. And his skin looks like it just got ripped off. Like, I'm just running out of words, man. In short, I like his UA design way more because it just looks so much cleaner. But his Omniverse design is... it's like they put him in a paper shredder. Now, one of my favorite aliens, and, well, was my favorite for a while, is Ripjaws. I just think he looked like a cool, scary fish monster. But I didn't really have a reason why, until I looked at his Omniverse design. Bro, this is such a cool design. I mean, just look at it. He got scarier, he got buffer, he just looks badass. Especially compared to his UA design. I may have a soft spot for UA, but this design, it just looks like a fish. It's just a fish. It doesn't have the teeth, it's just a fish. People always debate whether the Omniverse design or the OG design is better, but to me, this is a clear difference. Like, the Omniverse design is just so much better when you look at them next to each other. Like, the OG design, it's not even that bad. It's pretty good. It just looks kind of naked. To me, this design is one of the best ever made for Ben 10, and I think it's just really, really good. Now, I quite like Upgrade. Probably my second favorite of the OG aliens behind the previously mentioned Ripjaws. But the thing that Ripjaws has that Upgrade doesn't is an upgrade in design. Now, I think this is quite an underrated opinion. I feel like I'm one of the only ones that thinks about this, because I haven't really met anyone that thinks this. To be fair, I haven't really met anyone else that really likes Ben 10 in real life. But to me, the design is just not really that good. Now, I really like the double green on it. I like the green and the green, okay? But the head is what gets me. The Omnitrix is on his face, which is something that I usually don't like. Now, I like it on Stinkfly, but that's one of the only aliens that I can really think of off the top of my head where I like the Omnitrix on the face. But it's not like Stinkfly where it's like in the middle of his face, but you still got like the stalks and stuff to like so he knows where he sees. The Omnitrix is his entire face. So that's just what weirds me out, you know. And the head shape as well is also kind of strange. Like, it's a pin. It's really pointy for some reason. Now, this is something that I don't really think about many aliens, but I think that the reboot design is better than the Omniverse design. I like the purple, and I like the body shape. It's just a cool design, and I like that they went different with it. And I actually think the best design that we got for upgrade is one that we didn't even get on screen, and that's the UA design. Like, similar to Bazel. So it's got the double green, but it's got the body shape of the original design. But the good thing about upgrade design in Omniverse is that we didn't have to see it that much. I think that if there was an award for the most forgettable alien in Ben 10, it would have to go to Edel. No doubt about it. Maybe it's because he's just a ripoff of Upchuck, maybe because he wasn't used very much, or maybe because of his bland UA design. I'm not really a big of a fan of just like fully robotic alien designs because, well, I like when they're alien, and his UA design just looks like a big hunk of metal with a horn. But I guess they saw Edel and they decided, let's make this better. And they did. They made it better. His Omniverse design is one of the best. The second best, in fact. It's just super cool. The green torso with the metallic armor, with the new and improved horn, and the big jaw. It's just all I ever wanted in a design. And this design actually makes him look more like a beetle. I think if it wasn't for the name, I would have never guessed that UA's Edel was a beetle. The horn is probably my favorite part about it. I love that it actually resembles a real beetle horn, and I love that little green circle on it that indicates where the green energy comes from. And his jaw looks better as well. He actually looks like he could munch on a car. This is probably one of the most drastic changes in designs, but honestly, it's for the better. Now, what is my least favorite Omniverse design? Take a guess. I'll give you a couple seconds. Okay, time's up. If you guessed Forearms, then you couldn't be any more right. Because this design, it makes me want to do this. Much better. But seriously, this design just has so many problems with it. I don't like that he's wearing clothes. I already discussed how I think Durarig looks really good wearing clothes, but some aliens just shouldn't wear clothes, or at least the Omniverse style clothes. Now I do think that Tiny, Luma Redwind, and Gar Redwind do look good in clothes, but that's because their clothes was designed to be like warriors, and Forearms is wearing a leotard? A great example of clothes looking good on an alien is this design made by Kura the artist and Alice Gotro for their webcomic 5 years later. Another reason why I don't like it is the facial hair. It looks too human. Now, I like it when aliens aren't human, but they're just, well, aliens. Now, I am not offended though by the ponytail at the back, because I do think it makes his head look a bit more balanced. And speaking of its head, it's like a pea compared to its body. Like, it's so small. And obviously, Omniverse has a habit of doing this when they make body parts, like, bigger than they're actually supposed to. I'm looking at you. But this time, it looks weird. It's like Ishiyama in Game Over. And I also don't like the gloves with the green braces around it. I think my favorite design for Forearms is its UA design, because the gold braces look really cool. I'm sorry, I just can't keep talking about this design. Let's just go on to number 1. And for my number 1 favorite Omniverse redesign, we have, drumroll please, Swampfire. No, not this one. This one. Fully bloomed Swampfire. It is just mwah. Firstly, the color. I love like the bright, vibrant forest green. And although I did like the army green that they used for original Swampfire, it just fits it better because he's like a plant. I love how the spikes on original Swampfire changed to these molten fire spikes that he uses for his vine whips. I think that's a really nice way to incorporate his powers into his design. And the bloomed outer skin area around his head makes him look like Dracula. Which, I mean, why not? And plus the yellow as well, it just looks so nice with the green. Also the hands, I like them. They look like pineapples. Now I could go on for longer about how much this design is so cool, but I'm gonna stop it at there. So that concludes it. That is my list for my top 5 best and my top 5 worst Omniverse redesigns. Just want to make this clear again that this is just my opinion, this is just what I think, and I love Ben 10 and I love all these aliens. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe if you want. Check out the main channel, RJ Make Stuff, and until next time, see ya!